Hello everyone, I am back with another Wi-Fi battle. In this battle, this is going to be in the OU tier, and my opponent is going to be Gohan15243. He is a streamer on Twitch as well, and I'm going to be using a completely, kind of a completely different team here. And I'm actually going to try out Mew once again, because I feel like it didn't put enough work the last time I used Mew, so I wanted to see if I can maybe get it to do something in this battle. So, not to mention, I'm also trying to see if I can... Well, it's because I wanted to just try it, because at this point, after taking so many losses, I'm like, you know what, I don't care anymore. Let's just try something fun here. And here I'm going to lead off with Swampert. And unfortunately, because I was hoping he wouldn't lead with the God. Unfortunately, it didn't work out in my favor, and now I have to freaking switch out, and this is the worst part. I switch in Thundurus, which is my only switch in because it resists grass moves, but it's freaking Bulu, and as a result, I just freaking lose Thundurus single-handedly. And this gave me the impression that, you know what, I think this thing is choice banned, because I don't know if it would have KO'd otherwise. If it KOs otherwise, I'd be surprised actually. It just goes to show how powerful this thing is. But here, after this loss, I was about to quit right now, because here I just went into Mew and just went for Flamethrower just to get damage. Because at this point I figured, okay, I'm about to lose 2 mons now, so this is going to be like a 4 and 6 kind of a situation. But crazily enough, I got the burn on this freaking Bulu with Mew's Flamethrower. And as a result, my Mew was able to live the Wood Hammer from this thing. That is crazy, because honestly, if he had not gotten that burn, this Mew would have been so out of the way. Out of this world, basically. Now he's gonna go into Garchomp, and I'm actually confident this thing would be Choice Scarf just because he switched it in, and not to mention I just switched in the Clefairies right here because I figured, you know what, he's not gonna want to go for Earthquake because right now the grassy terrain is up and ground moves are weakened by that. So yeah, and I switch in Clefairies because I figured this is like the best thing I can switch in right now because it can take the hits very, very well. So. And here this allows me to go for a knockoff on whatever he tries to switch in, so here I think I go for a knockoff. If not a knockoff, I definitely go for Toxic Spikes, which is also very useful, and in fact I do go for Toxic Spikes on this grassy terrain, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But anyways, yeah, I go for Toxic Spikes here, and I wanted to see if this Sylveon was maybe Choice Specs, or is it a defensive support set instead. Because if it's like the Cleric basically, and looking at this damage, it's probably definitely a Cleric, so I just go for the knockoff just to knock off its possible leftover so that it doesn't keep getting HP back, even though it's getting it through the grassy terrain, but that's not going to last for very long, especially now that the God Bulu is gone. Now I'm just gonna I think here I just protect just to get some HP from the leftovers and the grassy terrain, but I mean, here, now I'm just gonna go for a... I think I go for another layer of Toxic Spikes, actually. Yeah. Just so that anything that comes in gets toxic, and I don't have to worry about it, like, having recovery and whatnot. And then I can just Toxic Stall it. But, yeah. Here, I'm gonna go... I think I switch out, actually. Oh, no, I protect one more time. Just to get some more leftovers recovered. Once again, this is not for stalling. It's just to get HP back. And because once again, this is the same Clefairies that doesn't carry Pain Split, unfortunately, so I kind of have to resort to using Protect basically just to get HP back. So here I'm going to switch out Clefairies because I'm kind of sick of doing this protecting, and I do risk it and go into Swampert and hope for goodness sake that this Hyper Voice doesn't do too much to Swampert, and thankfully it doesn't do that much. So here what I was thinking of doing here is I think go for Stealth Rocks now, but he's going to go into Yonda, which is the Skarmory. And, oh no, I don't Stealth Rocks, I Roarik, predicting it to switch out. Or, I think I was, actually, I don't think it was, I was predicting a switch. I think what I was trying to do was phase it out because I don't feel like I have switch-ins for Sylveon because it really hurts a lot of my team. So, yeah. I phased him into this thing, which was definitely not what I wanted because this thing could definitely have had a Hydro Pump, but thankfully this one doesn't seem to have it, this Greninja. It doesn't have Hydro Pump, so therefore my Swampert can definitely take a Scald from this thing. Especially since it's the Protean variety, not the Battle Bond one. If it was the Battle Bond one, I could have been in huge trouble, actually. But here I'm going to take advantage of going for Stealth Rocks because I don't think I felt like I was going to lose Swampert right here, so I didn't think I'd be able to get them up later, so I just went for them now. And this Greninja is also Life Orb, and since it took Stealth Rocks damage, I mean not Stealth Rocks damage, Life Orb damage, and it's poisoned right now thanks to the Toxic Spikes, I figured it's going to wear itself down real quick, so... Here what I'm just going to do is go for Earthquakes and get some damage, so this thing can kill itself to its poison, or its Life Orb. And here, as you can see, it dies to poison, which is perfect. Like I said, if this Greninja had Hydro Pump or was of the Battle Bond variety, I probably could have lost this battle right here, right now. But thankfully that wasn't the case. So here, he's just going to go into Yanda so he can get rid of these Toxic Spikes because he realizes now that it's actually starting to affect his performance in this battle. And yeah, he's going to go for Defog. Gets rid of the Toxic Spikes. And the rocks that I set up earlier. But I'm just going to go for Scald and hope to get the Scald burn, because that's right now what I'm kind of hoping for right now. I don't get it, so yeah. I think here I try to go for it once again. And I was confident I could take a Brave Bird here. Oh no, never mind, I just switch out. I switch out because right now I don't know. I don't know why I switch out, honestly. I guess I was predicting him to go for a Roost and I just wanted to go for the 1,000 Arrows or something. Or maybe I didn't think this Brave Bird would be able to KO, or I didn't think that Swampert would be able to survive this Brave Bird, so as a result I kind of switched in just to preserve it as death fodder later. And then here I think I do go for the 1,000 Arrows, because from where it's at I'm actually confident I'd be able to take it out just because this Zygarde is actually Choice Banded, so yeah. Zygarde is actually one of those mons that I actually used back in the Generation 6 days, so it's actually kind of cool to still be able to use it here. And supposedly it's a lot better than ever, actually. Like, it's better than before, thanks to the inclusion of 1,000 Arrows, which is actually a ridiculously broken move in my opinion. But here he's gonna go into Flacco, which is the Zard Y. Thankfully it was not X. I was actually risking the possible Charizard X here, but I kind of felt like there was nothing I could do otherwise. Because if I switch out, he could go for Dragon Dance, so I just had to stay in. So, but thankfully it was Charizard Y, and the only thing it can do is go for Solar Beam here. Now here I go for another 1,000 Arrows, and I was hoping I can actually take this thing out, but unfortunately because my rocks are gone and it didn't take any Stealth Rocks damage, it wasn't able to take it out. It narrowly lives. So here, I actually switch out. He's gonna double switch here and go into Suggs, which is the Garchomp, and the reason why I switch out myself was because I thought he was just gonna try to finish me off with another Solar Beam. But what he does here instead was switch into the Garchomp, and I couldn't go for E-Speed because I was choice locked into 1,000 Arrows, and I know I couldn't outspeed the Garchomp with Zygarde, so yeah. Here, this is where I decided to sack Swampert now. This is why I tried to preserve it, because if Skarmory took out Swampert, I wouldn't have much death fodder. And now here I get to send in Cofagrigus. I go for Protect to get some more leftovers recovered, because once again, every little bit of HP that I can get back on this Cofagrigus can really help. So yeah, there you have it. And I think here, I go for the Toxic Spikes once again, because I think his Skarmory is now gone. Yeah, his Skarmory is definitely gone now, so I don't have to worry about him bringing anything back to Defog. So getting these Toxic Spikes up would be really nice. So, and I think I just need one layer. I don't need 2 layers, because the residual damage from regular poison is a lot, and it can actually get a lot of damage beforehand. So here he goes for Earthquake, as you saw after I went for the Toxic Spikes, and here I go for Protect to get more HP back, and I was actually kind of hoping I can get the knockoff off before. Like, I was hoping I could live in Earthquake after this recovery from leftovers, so that I can at least go for the knockoff. Here I think I tried going for another Protect just to get another bit of leftovers, because if I can get more HP back, maybe I can live the Earthquake and then go for knockoff to knock off the Choice Scarf, so that Sharpedo can just come in and not have to worry about protecting and just instantly Mega Evolve. But unfortunately I couldn't get that, so now here I have to rely on Zygarde, and I have to hope for goodness sakes that he doesn't predict me to switch out, or he doesn't switch out basically, because what I needed on this Garchomp was damage, and I needed to use Zygarde for that, because Zygarde was the only thing that could outspeed Garchomp with the priority move. And since my Zygarde is Choice Banded, I figured, you know what, let's go for a Choice Banded E-Speed here, just to get as much damage as possible, because what I need is damage on this thing. And the reason why I need damage on this Garchomp right now is because here, this is my only chance to send in Sharpedo, because here I was hoping he wouldn't switch into Sylveon either, because switching into Sylveon would be just as bad. And then here he goes for Earthquake. He stays in. I was about to just go for the Crunch, predicting the Sylveon switch, but I just went like, you know what, screw it, because I think at this point I have nothing to lose, because I'm actually really behind right now. So here, what I'm gonna do is go for the Mega Evolution, and because of the E-Speed damage that I got with Zygarde, here I'm gonna go for the Crunch and hope that I can definitely take this thing out. And thankfully it does, because this Sharpedo is definitely jolly. As you can see, it outspeeds the Scarf Garchomp. So I was hoping that because of the reduced power that after the damage from E-Speed from Zygarde, I'd be able to take it out with Stab Crunch. And thankfully I was. I don't know if it was a roll or not though, but if it was, holy cranberries, that was just crazy. Now here with Sharpedo, I go for Protect just to get some poison damage, and I was actually hoping this thing wouldn't have Heal Bell. It doesn't seem like he has it, just because he went for the Hyper Voice instead of the Heal Bell. So here he takes some poison damage. And then here I'm just going to go for the Waterfall just because I don't have Poison Jab on this Sharpedo, and even if I had it, this defensive Sylveon would probably be able to take it basically. I was also hoping I could get the Flinch so that I can maybe take this Sylveon out after the poison, but that didn't happen, so I just lose Sharpedo here. Now this is where the part where not losing Mew to that Tapu Bulu actually was huge, because now here, if I lost Sharpedo there, I would have just lost already, but because Mew is still around, now I get to actually go for this sick ass Z move, which is the Munium Z, which is for the move that's called, I think, Genesis Supernova, yeah, which I've never used. I think this is like the first time I used it in a battle. I don't remember. I think I could be wrong on that. I think I have used it before, but I think this is actually where it really came in handy. And the reason why I go for it here was because I didn't think that a Stab Psychic from a timid Mew would be able to take out a Sylveon from that HP, especially if it's a bulky one. So I decided to be safe and go for the Genesis Supernova just to take it out. Now here, it's literally gonna come down to a speed tie, and I have to hope I can win it, because if I don't win it, then I just lose. And this is huge because Mew, holy crap, this Mew has really came in clutch, because look at this. I actually outspeed the Zard Y. In other words, I actually won the speed tie, which is crazy. So this Mew actually did a lot of crazy shit in this battle. It burned the Tapu Bulu, saving itself from death, and then it takes out the Sylveon from where it was at, with certainty basically, and then it wins the speed tie against Zard Y. So this Mew went completely nuts. So that was crazy. That was a pretty good game. Good game to Gohan. I know that if he didn't get the if I didn't get the burn on the Bulu, I could have very well have lost there, especially if I didn't get that flinch on Sharpedo on the Sylveon. So yeah, I mean, but that stuff happens. And not to mention, this battle was just cool because of all the craziness that Mew got to pull off. Like, I've had other battles, I think, with Mew, and like Mew never really got to do anything. So here it was actually kind of cool, in my opinion, to see Mew actually pull something out or do something crazy basically, such as what he did here. But yeah, that's gonna be the whole game basically, and once again, good game to Gohan. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next battle. So yeah, take it easy, because I have more battles to record. So yeah, catch you later.